Today on the Stay at Home Chef, I'm showing you how to make homemade churros. Fresh churros are so amazingly delicious and they're super easy to make at home. I'm gonna start at the end here and make a little cinnamon sugar mixture. So I'm gonna need 1 cup of sugar and 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. The cinnamon will make this a Mexican style churro instead of a Spanish style churro. That's okay, we're just gonna shake it up real quick so it'll be ready to coat our churros when they're out of the fryer. Then we'll set this mixture aside and head on over to the stove where we'll get our oil heating and start working on our pâte choux dough. Heat about 4 cups of either vegetable or canola oil to 350 to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Then in a saucepan, we're gonna heat up 1 cup of water with 1/2 cup of salted butter, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're gonna heat that over a medium heat until the mixture comes to a simmer, and then we're gonna remove it from the heat, and then we're gonna stir in 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and I like to stir that in using a wooden spoon. Once all of the flour is incorporated, you should have a thick dough. Then, one at a time, we're gonna add in 3 eggs. So just add in your egg, and then mash it into the dough. And once that egg is fully incorporated, you'll add in the next one until you've added in all 3. I think the hardest part about this recipe is that it requires muscle. All right, once we get everything mixed in there, you want to transfer all of that dough to a piping bag so we can squeeze out our churros. You want it to be outfitted with a large star tip. Now there's 2 options here. You can squeeze your dough directly into the hot oil. Sometimes the churros will curl and twist a little bit, and they're very authentic that way. But if you want perfectly straight churros, you can lay out some parchment paper on a little sheet pan and squeeze your dough out on there, and then we'll pop this in the freezer until it's solid. But that takes time, and if you're like me, I want my churro fast. So I'm gonna grab some scissors and head on over to the stove. We'll just quickly double check the temperature here. Make sure it's above 350 degrees, and it looks like we are spot on. So I'm just gonna squeeze in some dough, and you can kind of see it curling there. And then to get it to stop, I just use my scissors and trim it off. I get 3 or 4 going at a time, and then you want to make sure you rotate them so that they get evenly golden brown. Once they're golden brown, remove them from the oil and transfer them to a paper towel lined plate. Be sure to keep track of the temperature of the oil as you add in more batches because the temperature will fluctuate. The dough going in cools the oil down, so you want to make sure you keep it up to temperature. Then just gently coat them with that cinnamon sugar so that it sticks. Reach in here and look at that. It's still warm, which is my absolute favorite way to enjoy churros. There's nothing quite like it. You can serve it up and dip it in whipped cream or some chocolate or caramel. No matter how you eat it though, a warm churro is super delicious. Thanks for watching. You can find the full written recipe in the video description. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow, and check out the rest of my videos where you can find hundreds of restaurant quality recipes you can easily make at home. See you later.